When you think about customizing or decorating your car, what is one of the first names that comes to mind? Probably the reality TV show Counting Cars, which is not surprising given its popularity and longevity on the History Channel. It also made its host, Danny Koker, whom you may fondly remember as The Count, very famous. Koker's ability to take automobile modification to a whole new level using his years of experience and cutting-edge innovation made him a legendary figure in the industry. However, after the show ended in 2021, many rumors started flying around the automotive industry about the various tragedies that have befallen Koker. So let's take a look at what devastating new details about Danny Koker are true or false. Before Koker became a reality TV star, musician, producer, celebrity mechanic, and owner of Count's Customs, he was just one of the newest babies in Cleveland, Ohio, born on January 5, 1964. Named Daniel Nicholas Koker II, young Koker grew up surrounded by classic cars and other automobiles because his father was employed at the Ford Motor Company, along with a good number of friends and family. And as you would expect when children are fascinated with toys, Koker was curious to find out how these life-size toys worked. His father, having noticed his son's developing love for cars, decided to give him a cruiser as a gift. This was where it all began. Koker began to delve into automobile restoration and customization. Automobile was his major passion that was clear, however. Just like his father, Koker loved music too. His father dabbled in music and was the baritone vocalist and keyboardist for the Cathedral Quartet, a well-known Southern gospel group. He even performed with a number of groups including the Oak Ridge Boys, C.L. Franklin, Mahalia Jackson, and the Foggy River Boys. Aside from his individual pursuit in music, he was also the lead of the Koker family band, the Koker Family Singers, which included Koker himself, his mother, and siblings. So it wasn't surprising that young Koker followed in his father's footsteps and at the age of 11 played at Carnegie Hall. His interest in music only grew stronger with time. Entering into his teen years, Koker's education was basic shop and automotive studies at Valley High School. But his real learning experience was taking place outside school. He would watch his father work on antique cars and modify engines for hours at a time. He would learn from skilled mechanics and automobile experts too. He got help disassemble vehicles and learned what various parts were and their functions. Young Koker was gaining knowledge about how these machines operated and how they could be restored when other people had given up on them. According to him, the only really schooling I had was what you can get in high school, and that is your basic shop class and automotive class. Other than that, it is just a matter of getting your hands dirty and taking something apart to see how it works. Then you've got to figure out how to put it back together. This hands-on and very practical approach to learning would eventually make Koker stand out among many others in the automobile sector. It might have started as a pastime, but by the time he would leave high school, there was no doubt about where his future lay. He never did actually graduate from high school in the typical sense, however. After high school, he went to the University of Nevada. As Koker became older, his father decided to branch out from the car business and bought Channel 33, a Las Vegas TV station. The station major broadcasts included older movies, sitcoms, dramas, and Christian religious programs at the time. Under the Kokers, the station operated as an independent one focused on primarily local content, and it even featured movies such as the scary B-movie, Saturday Fright at the Movies. It was this movie that brought Koker into limelight, as he ended up playing a major role in it as Count Cool Rider. On December 18, 1997, the Koker family sold Channel 33 Inc. to Montecito Broadcasting Corporation, and the sale was finalized on February 3, 1998. However, Koker had left his acting career a few years before to focus on the restoration and customization of cars and bikes. The car that made him choose this path was the very first car he owned, a 1979 Camaro Z28. Koker had taken the car apart and customized it all from front to back till it became a street-style Can-Am race car. The success of this project was more than enough to spur Koker into a full-time career. He founded Count's Tattoo Company, a venture that combined his two greatest passions, cars and tattoos. The business soon became popular among tattoo lovers and auto enthusiasts. Koker's dream of owning a business solely focused on car customization and restoration soon came to pass when he founded his shop, Count's Customs. Here in Nevada, Koker started restoring abandoned cars at this custom shop. And just like his first business, this new establishment quickly gained recognition in the industry in the early 2000s. Count's Customs became the place to go for anyone looking for quality. And you wouldn't believe the caliber of people that came to the shop. One of them was Rick Harrison of Pawn Stars, and he frequently called upon Koker to perform appraisals of vintage muscle vehicles. This allowed Koker to display his brilliance and expert knowledge on TV to millions of viewers. This association with Harrison helped him further cement his position in the automotive community. But it did more than that. Harrison's show Pawn Star aired on History Channel, and it was doing really well. It was doing so well, in fact, that they were considering spin-offs. On seeing Koker's special abilities with automotives and his incredible ability to turn rust buckets into dazzlingly works of art, adding to the fact that he had his Count's Customs already well established, it was a no-brainer for the producers. Koker was their spin-off. And so Counting Cars was born. The series, which is the third spin-off of Pawn Stars, filmed in Las Vegas, where it showed the day-to-day activities at Koker's Count's Customs. Koker's dream was been shared with the world, his father's mentoring and his own personal struggle through the years, and the incredible career he had fought to build, all that has led to this moment. Counting Cars debuted on August 13, 2012. The pilot episode had Harrison bring in the 1968 Bullitt Mustang. This classic Mustang fastback was rough when it arrived on the show, but Harrison insisted he wanted it transformed into a Bullitt homage, all on a modest budget. Koker and his team worked brilliantly on the car, and the result was a work of art which clearly won over viewers. The first season had 13 episodes, and when it ended, fans wanted more. So when the second season started, it had twice the number of episodes in the first season. Clearly, people loved it, and they did so much that the show was renewed for a third season. At some point, during an exciting episode of the show, Koker and his team took on the task of counting the number of cars in the warehouse. After making their way through a variety of automobiles that included both vintage muscle cars, motorcycles, and contemporary sports cars, they concluded there was a total of 1,500 cars within the warehouse at that time. This feat was shared on social media and featured in news articles, contributing to the promotion of the Counting Cars show. The show had established Koker as a legend in the field of vehicle customizing and restoration. So it wasn't surprising when he was given the role of producer within a few years of the show airing. He was already well known locally in Las Vegas prior to Counting Cars, now all over the country. He was the car glow-up bandana-wearing tattoo guy with a beard. He was the leading authority on custom automobiles and therefore the go-to person for questions about customizing cars and motorcycles. And this included Hollywood stars. From Alice Cooper to Tommy Lee, Dee Snider, George Lynch, and Judas Priest, just to name a few, these big names wanted the best. And Koker was. Even when Ozzy Osbourne wanted a very difficult-to-build custom chopper, he came to Koker. With this connection to the big celebrities, Koker got invited to auto shows, parties, and even additional TV appearances. Count's Customs became one of the most popular places in the city, with tourists and auto enthusiasts pouring in from all over. To be honest, this brought in a significant change in financial status, and Koker's entrepreneurial nature kicked in again. He renovated Rock Bar and Grill by Count, which became one of his most notable ventures. He founded Count's Vamped is a unique Las Vegas establishment known for its unique fusion of Gothic aesthetics, motorcycle culture, and rock music ambiance. Despite the fame and money, Koker encountered a number of problems. A simple legal issue changed the whole story and exposed a dark, shocking secret he had been hiding for years. Given the nature of his business, it was expected that Koker would have to deal with the occasional legal headaches, like when a couple, who brought their 1967 Ford Mustang to be modified in the hopes that it would appear on TV not long after Counting Cars began, filed a lawsuit against Koker's company in 2014.